Canelo, welcome back to Riyadh. Of course, the last time we saw you here fighting under the here in the Kingdom under the Riyadh banner, you fought William Skull. What were your impressions of that fight night and that fight itself?
You mean William Skull?
Yes, that fight, the whole event.
You think that was a fight? No, I don't think so. That's a deception for me because, you know, I come to fight, but you need to have both fighters think the same, right? And a little deceptional, but we win. That's all that matters. And we are focused 100% on these fights. In this fight, because you know this fight is big, and for me making history is my goal, my whole life. So I'm very excited for this fight.
Can't start off short and slow because he'll be
left hand off the top of the head from
time with Caleb Plant. He finally found a hole for the right hand to the gut.
Throwing that jab, because when they watch back the Kovalev fight, they know the sheer volume of punches, jab specifically, that Kovalev was throwing.
And look at him throwing.
He has smart feet, always aware of it.
Doing a good job blocking those, but they're always there, Sergio. There's a 1-2.
It's as if he's just trying to find what works for him. He's tapping them, trying to find the range, trying to see what punches he can land comfortably.
Trying to notice Canelo was landing to the left shot. Canelo starts loading up, even if you block those shots. No, don't push him, don't push him. There's that right hand to the body.
But you can see when Bebo throws the 1-2s like this, he is scoring.
A lot of power behind him. They're still having an effect.
Yeah, Sergio, too, but he's stepping back with his hands up, which is a good thing. You know, as the last fight we see.
And Terrence, it's been a while since we saw you in action. It was last summer under the Riyadh season banner in Los Angeles. What did you think about your fight against Madrimov and fighting under the Riyadh season?
I thought my fight was a clear-cut victory. It may have not been what the fans is used to seeing, being that I was on a KO streak. So I'm cool with my performance and my victory, and I'm looking to be bigger and better in this next one.
You heard His Excellency saying no more Tom and Jerry, no more running, but you're moving up 2 weight classes. It's not going to be smart for you to stand there and hammer it out with this guy. So how do you kind of balance that, not running, but being elusive in fighting Canelo?
However I got to fight, I'm going to win. Simple as that. I'm not going to let somebody else force me or tell me how to fight when I've been fighting my whole life. You know, I won't be running. You know, I can tell you that. But I will be, you know, doing a lot of touching.
Well, you don't move up 2 weight classes to fight someone like this, and you've been calling out forever. If you don't see a path to victory, you don't see holes in his game. What areas do you think you're better than Canelo, and how do you see yourself beating?
Well, listen, I call Canelo out because, like I said, he's the last great fighter amongst the era that surpassed us. You know, the Floyd, the Pacquiao, the De La Hoya. We both came up in that era, and he was right there with those fighters, and he got the chance to fight the Miguel Cottos, the Floyd Mayweathers, and you know the Kovalevs and Triple Gs, and I wasn't able to get those mega fights. You know, so this is my mega fight. This is my moment, and that's the reason why I want to fight all-time great like Canelo.
He's been the one getting his jab out there more, has Crawford. As Kavaliauskas gets a left hand.
Could be a smart thing.
Yeah, back to the jab. And he catches Crawford.
Beautiful setup.
Perfect.
Long right jab.
And Kavaliauskas catches him again. Oh, and Kavaliauskas catches Crawford with a big right hand. And he is down.
Moving into the power hand.
And he got caught again by Kavaliauskas on that exchange. Absolutely poised. And he gets hit by a shot from Crawford there.
He landed another
and
right
he
hand.
landed a shot, and Crawford lands a body shot. They are going back and forth. And he pushes Crawford back for whatever Terrence Crawford would bring.
Good left hand there by her.
There.
Notice the feet of Kavaliauskas. He's sick.
Crawford's trying to bang. He feels like he's got Crawford's legs just don't look much better into that round for Crawford, and a big left hand Crawford, and he eats another big shot from Mean Machine that has Crawford backing up.
I don't understand. They thought,
lightly.
Hey, every fight's a fight.
Every fight's a fight. And as he comes with that big left and a right hand, and Kavaliauskas barely misses it. Seems to be wanting to exchange with Kavaliauskas again. And back to the body goes Kavaliauskas. Oh, and then Crawford jabbing up to the body.
Ooh,
and a right hand to the body. Oh, and a big left and right hand to push forward. Crawford again. And a big combination from Crawford, punctuated by an uppercut. Kavaliauskas is back against the ropes. Kavaliauskas may be hurt here, but he answers with the left hand and a three. As Bud continues to boom, and then Bud takes the right hand, answers back with his own right hand to Kavaliauskas, and down goes Kavaliauskas in round 6.
To go for it here.
He's got 15 seconds to try to keep his belt, but he's got to be careful because Kavaliauskas has a great counter. Right hand from Bud, left hand, left, right. Can Terrence Bud Crawford, under 10 seconds left, finish the fight here in round 7? And that's the bad. I mean, when has he really had to walk through too much fire?
Hook off the jab there by Crawford.
And
you need to be careful of that right hand. He keeps moving into the right hand.
And he just got caught with it. The Crawford, they are like forehead to forehead since 2016 against Postal. And everything to the best of his ability. And he gets caught by a right hand by Crawford, pouring it on Kavaliauskas against the ropes. Sneaky right and left hand get in by Kavaliauskas. Crawford can't get careless. Crawford starting this round fast. Kavaliauskas finds himself right back against the ropes, and beautiful angles there. And another big left hand from Kavaliauskas, and he's hurt, and he's got hit by a big right, and down goes.
There's no shot. Oh, big right hook.
Drops Kavaliauskas, and it's
Canelo, you were recently asked about Terrence Crawford. You said he's good, but he's no Canelo. What can you do that Terrence cannot do?
No, don't get me wrong. He's a great fighter, like I say, he's not Canelo. Obviously, I've been in this situation for a long time, and I have the experience. They only focus on my power, but I have more than that. And I think this fight is going to be one of my best fights in my history, in my record. And I'm very excited. I'm very excited, motivated, because this is all about. I want to make history, and I'm very excited for this fight.
You've accepted this fight now, but in the previous years, you said it doesn't interest you because you have nothing to gain and everything to lose. If he were to beat you, how damaging would that be to the Canelo brand?
He's not going to beat me. Don't worry about it. He's not going to beat me. Don't worry about it. I think this fight is gonna be in the books of the history of boxing for sure. That's for sure.
For sure, them belts coming with me. They coming home with me. I'm telling you right now.
You can see it, but
it's gonna be
difficult. You take it to your
I'm taking them. It ain't nothing you're gonna be able to do about it. Come fight
and
night.
I know Turkey is in your corner,
I promise you.
But look, it's gonna be very difficult. He's gonna be so mad that day. Believe me.
I see you. I see you. You see I'm
I
different.
see you too.
You see I'm different than all the other ones.
No, I see you. No, you don't know different. You're nothing different.
I'm different.
Nothing different.
I'm different.
We'll see.
You're gonna see.
We'll
you know
see.
it.
We'll see.
We're gonna see.
Terrence, how did you think he did against William Skull?
No comment. He won. We on to the next. It's me and him.
Some people said he should have done a better job cutting the ring off. It was the fewest punches ever landed. Did you see it that way?
Listen, I'm not here to talk about his past fights. I'm here to talk about his present fight, and that's him versus me, and that's what I'm here to talk about. Me versus him, not him versus any other of his previous opponents.
Do you expect him to run like a lot of people?
I hope not.
You don't think so?
I hope not. I hope not, because I think people deserve a good fight, and that's why we are here, right? To make a good fight, and the best fighter win. And I expect he put a great fight.
You've heard the critics, I'm sure. This fight at one point I think was 5-1 odds for you. Now it's tightened up to under 2-1 odds. Your recent performances, do you think you've fought to your level of expectations? Are you pleased with the way you've fought your last couple fights?
Yeah, I do what I supposed to do in my fights. You know, I'm not focused. I'm never focused about if I'm the favorite or not. I've been in both sides. I always focus on how I train and how I prepare myself, and that's it. I know my abilities, and I'm confident about that.
This fight is in Las Vegas. Obviously, there's going to be a huge Mexican crowd there for him. How confident are you that the judges will give you a fair shake after the end of the 12 rounds?
Listen, I can't focus on the judges. I just got to focus on doing what I can do and controlling what I can control inside the ring. And that's, going out there and winning the fight decisively.
You're bulked up now. You're bigger than ever. Do you feel stronger? Do you feel like you can knock Canelo out?
Man, listen, like I said before, any fighter can be knocked out. Canelo got a granite chin. He's tough. He's durable. We've seen him hurt a couple of times, but not to the point where, it's not respected. But given the right circumstances, anybody can get knocked out.
Do you expect this when the fight's over to be a razor-close fight, or are we going to say, wow, Terrence beat him convincingly?
Listen, I'm always going to rise in the big occasions. I always did in my whole career. This is my moment, and I'm not letting Canelo take it away from me. Simple as that.
And Canelo, you've been the smaller fighter in a lot of your fights. Do you feel like you can bully this guy around since he's coming up 14 pounds?
I've been in his position before, and I'm not thinking about that. I'm just going to do my job and take everything serious, and not thinking about if he's smaller or bigger. I always prepare myself for the best fighter out there. This fight is on a massive platform. This could be the biggest audience that's ever watched one of your fights. Is it good enough for you on Netflix just to beat Terrence, or do you have to put on a show? I'm a winner. I always thinking about the win, and I'm coming to win. And you know, Netflix or not, I always coming to win. My mindset is different, and I'm very thankful with Netflix, with Turki Al-Ashi, with all the guys involved in this fight, because for me, it's all about make history, and I'm glad to be here.
Who would you say is the toughest opponent you've ever faced, and where would you rank Terrence?
No, he's one of the top fighters I'm going to face in my career for sure. He's a great fighter. But I have many, many great fights in my career.
And when you visualize how this fight's going to play out, what are we going to be saying about you and about this fight when it's all said and done?
I don't really know, because, you know, you expect something and then other things coming in the fight. But I'm going to prepare myself for everything,
And Terrence, I know you guys were on Pierce Morgan recently and talked about what would happen if this was a street fight. I know you have a wrestling background. If this fight took place in Omaha on the streets, you and Canelo, what would it look like?
Come on, man. Y'all know what I do. I ain't got to talk about it on the streets. I'm me against anybody. I ain't never going to say another man going to whoop me. So, you know what I mean? That's your answer right there.
I guess in Guadalajara, you think it'd be a little different on the streets if Terrence came to town?
I think every city, every place is different, no? It's different. But we're not talking about the streets. We're talking about boxing, the beautiful sport of boxing. So that's different, way different than the streets.
And a lot of people are watching right now. What's your message to your fans as we prepare for this fight on September 13th? Why should they tune in and watch this battle?
You know, they know I always come to fight. I always come with my best. And I just thankful with them for all the support. And I hope them will be there watching or in the arena, cheering for me and enjoy the win.
And Terrence, the same question for you. I guess a lot of people will be showing up from Omaha and Las Vegas for that weekend. What's your message to your fans as you take on the biggest challenge of your career?
Listen, I just tell them, you know what I mean, suit up. We're about to bring some more jewelry home, you know, and it's going to be an exciting day for boxing. History will be made. Terrence Crawford will be the first male boxer, three-weight undisputed champion of the world. And I mean that.
You know, he has a lot to lose in this fight, but you, I mean, in this day and era of boxing, that O is so important. Why are you risking all of that to chase Canelo Alvarez, that perfect record, that amazing resume you have?
Big risk, big reward. I'm a risk taker, and I ain't scared.
Any chance you beat Canelo and ride off into the sunset? Is this the way it ends?
I ain't even thinking about that right now. My focus is, you know what I mean, September 13th.
You're still in your prime.
Still ready.
All right. And now we'd like to welcome to the stage from the Ring Magazine, please welcome Rick Reno, ladies and gentlemen. And this is what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. This is what they are fighting for. The brand new ring belt. This is for the undisputed 168-pound championship of the world.
For a mega fight of this magnitude, we wanted to create an exclusive mega belt. So we spoke to numerous companies all over the world and eventually settled on a top-tier company from the UK. This company often gets commissioned to create items for kings, for queens, jewelry, high-end medals for the British Army. And for the belt that Canelo has over there, we spent 100,000 pounds. For this belt, we upped the ante to 140,000 pounds. This is by far the most expensive Ring Magazine belt ever created, the finest gold, the finest craftsmanship. Canelo Alvarez, Terrence Bud Crawford are the two very best fighters of this era. But there can only be one, and only one of them is going home with this belt Saturday night, September 13th, in Las Vegas. Watch it live on Netflix. I thank everyone for coming out. See you in Las Vegas.
Once in a lifetime, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Terrence Bud Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. We'll see you Sunday for the second leg of this three-stop world tour. So long from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.